I'm gonna put some lip gloss on. What? I look just as light as the damn wall behind me, and the wall is well, at least it's not white. That's the best part. It's like a cappuccino situation.
It's like a cappuccino.
Yeah, and I identify as butter.
But
Yes, the butter, the color of butter. Butter is good. Don't look like that.
too much of it is high cholesterol.
Listen, when I tell you too much, I'm too much sometimes. I told you that, but you said no, you too much, and I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah. Are you done or are you finished?
I said I was done. I'm finished.
Okay.
I'm done and finished.
You done and finished.
Done and done.
You done and done.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You like turn over, flop. You know. Is your
Oh,
penis,
both sides are done.
Is your penis?
They are
correct?
both cooked.
Is your penis?
I need aloe vera gel.
Is your penis correct?
It is correct. I can hear myself now without having to do like this. What?
You have to touch it.
I don't have to do like this.
You have to put your mouth on it.
Right. I mean, if you want to do a real good job, you got to put your mouth on it. But in this particular setting, I'm good. See?
You know,
No, I did not know we were recording. I thought this was just me being me without other people seeing me.
That's fine.
Now they're going to know
You got
that this is who I am behind closed doors.
Hey,
This is just for you and whoever else we bring in this bad boy.
Okay. All right, come on. All right, this is supposed to be a show about accountability. You need to be accountable for your behavior.
What behavior? Oh, you know what? That's me not being accountable. Hold on. Let me fix that. Please articulate what it is that I am doing so that I can hold myself accountable and get some act right in my future.
I can't get my words out. Okay, you have me laugh. I can laugh to life. You know,
Right.
I don't claim death, but I can
Right.
laugh to life.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you ready to get on tap? Just talk.
I just told you I was ready. I was like, tell me what I did so that I could work on my accountability, because that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about accountability. All right. But here's the problem in that. Okay.
Why did I say I was ashy?
I just told you how ashy and light I was, and now you talking about how ashy you are. At least you got color and you don't match the walls. But listen, back on task. We were talking about accountability.
Yes.
Now, the topic of discussion is accountability and holding our sistren and brethren accountable. But one of the points that I would like to touch on is how it hits home a lot better when I'm being held accountable from my other sistren. And you just held me accountable. And I don't know how I felt about that. I didn't I mean, it was all right, you know, it was all right. But ultimately, I need to hold myself accountable.
True.
So I just need you to give me the feedback that I need on what I was doing before.
Oh, I was just bullshit.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
See, I was ready. Look,
See?
I was ready to be called to the carpet, do the work, and get it done.
Oh, well.
You see how easy it was?
No, that was hard for you.
It was?
It sure was.
Okay.
It took us about 5 minutes to get there.
Well, but we got there, is the moral of the story.
No, you said it's easy. It took 5 minutes.
I thought it was pretty smooth.
You can't get back.
There was no challenge, no pushback, none of that.
Challenge.
I was like, what did I do? Let me work on that. You know what I mean? I
Don't
thought that
antagonize
was.
See there? That's how you shut it up. That's how you hold it.
I will not do that. You right.
But
Mhm.
no, you for real. We do need to hold each other accountable. And I think more men should hold more men accountable. Instead of, as men, we pivot, right? Instead of like, yo, call that out, right? As women, they'll see someone acting crazy and they'll pivot or make excuses for it. On the guy side, we sit over here and we get to a point where, you know, we just look at dudes ain't doing right. And we be like, man, I ain't messing with them. Like, you know, you get your girl and she'll have a friend and her husband be doing some weird stuff and be like, I ain't hanging with him, you know. And at some point, we need to start having conversations with people. We need to start saying, yo, if I don't want to talk to them, because a lot of people misguided.
A
And,
whole hell of a lot
you
of
know,
folks.
and if we just sit there and tell everybody, well, it's someone else's job, right? Everybody's going to say the same thing. It's someone else's job. And then we got the world that we into now, well, you know, where the Black culture sucks. I'm just being honest. We do sucks. We're not there for each other. We look at each other at failure. And otherwise, you got people that come in and use people and say, well, it's me, you know, and you be like, we's trying to help, you know. So some people always say the same thing. Oh, I don't accept help, or I don't ask for help, or I don't do this, I don't do that, but they'll be asking for help. And then the same help that they're asking you for, they don't even intend to give it back, you know. So we do have to call people accountable, and we do have to say, yo, right is right, wrong is wrong, and be able to have these tough conversations with people so that way we can sit over here and make a change.
But the problem that I'm finding in holding people accountable and at least trying to hold people accountable and helping, because having a conversation with someone and having a discussion about a a wrong, not necessarily a wrong, I don't want to say wrong because there's no judgment here, but seeing something that is being done that can be done in a better way, in a healthier way. That's the best choice of words, in a healthier way, and trying to offer that assistance, that help.
Right.
But in this day and age, help to most people is judgment. And they don't want your judgment. And then it becomes, a whole nother level of hostility. You know what I mean? And I like what you said about, back in the day, because back in the day, there was shame. Because you had shame, and it wasn't, I now I'm looking back and I'm like, I don't think that there was anything bad necessarily about having a little bit of shame. Because with shame came pride.
True.
In how you carried yourself, in how you acted, how you moved in your day-to-day life. We were talking the other day about how when we were children, if we were seen doing something that wasn't in alignment with our, upbringing or our household or our parents, the neighbors called you out on it. That's holding you accountable.
Right. We ain't like it.
But we accepted it, and we knew that it was going to happen if we were caught by anybody in the neighborhood.
Right.
Bringing back that point of shame. Because, oh no, Miss Susie saw me doing X, Y, and Z. Now she going to run home and tell my mama, and now I'm going to get in trouble from not only Miss Susie out here in this corner in front of my friends, but now Miss Susie about to run home, tell my mama going to tell my grandma, and now everybody in the whole family knows that I was on the corner doing X, Y, and Z. And that bit
or
of...
you people act like your parents. You know what I mean? You getting dragged by the ear or beat by this person, beat by that person. But where that all stopped was, parents didn't want nobody saying nothing to their kids. And they knew their kids was, I ain't gonna say bad, but they knew that it was challenging. And if your kids are challenging, it always takes a village. You can't do it all by yourself. When you try, that's when you miss out on all the resources that's there to help you grow and your children grow. So, and it's a lot of people, they're so stuck in survival mode, and the survival mode of thinking that anybody input is like they're beating them down when you're really not.
But that goes back to the point you were just making about village mentality. It takes a village not only for children, but for adults as well. And we've gotten away from that. And I think that if we were to tap back into that, community is unity, by the way, if we got back into village mentality and understanding that it takes a village for everyone to succeed.
I see what you done there.
Hey, always on them toes, Come on now. Yeah. But the point being, community is unity. Village mentality is necessary. It is what our culture was based off of. And it was successful.
Right.
We were beneficial, not just self, but everyone benefited from village mentality.
Right.
If Susie had bread and we had the butter and the cheese and we came together, everybody ate.
That's true.
And that was literally what happened when I was a kid growing up.
That
Her
happened
name
to
wasn't
a lot of us.
Susie, by
Right.
the way. It was Miss Ruth. But the point still remains. When Miss Ruth didn't have something, she was okay with coming over to our house and seeing if we had it. And vice versa. If we didn't have it, we go over to her house, she see if she got it, and we good. Everybody's good. Because we're sharing resources and we're looking out for one another. We can't do that nowadays because I go over to so-and-so's house and I'm like, hey, um, what can I help you with? And what can you help me
And
with
they
in
be like,
return?
I don't need
It's
nothing.
I don't need nothing. I don't need you in my house telling me what I need to do, how I need to do it, and I don't need your judgment. I'm not here to judge you. All I'm saying is I have these resources, you have those resources, and instead of struggling individually, we can put our resources together and thrive
Right.
and flourish. But ain't nobody trying to hear me though.
No, and it's because they bought into a system that was made in the 80s, the 70s, the 80s, and it started flourishing in the 90s and 2000s. And you started getting, children that was having kids that was like, I'm not going to be like my mother and my parents. I want to be my children friends and this and that and the third. You also seen the narrative of you can make it on your own. And that's never true. Because guess what? You can struggle on your own and you can have the bare
That's no
minimum on
fun.
your own. You know what I'm saying? That's true. But and they get this whole narrative of people's okay in an apartment. I say, yeah, until they get kicked out, because they're gonna grow old and they're gonna stop working. Them people, you could be in there 50 years, and them people are not loyal to you. They loyal to the payment that
That
you're
money
giving.
that you're bringing,
Yeah,
that
so
money, that payment on the first.
it's crazy to me when people aren't accountable enough to sit up here and say, yo, I'm growing older. I want to retire. So the actions and the consistent actions I'm doing today is going to affect me in the future. So what am I doing today that's going to add to my future? Because if you don't think about that, what your present will become your future. And then the moment where you can't work or your job wouldn't let you go or anything, and you're sitting up there with tying your thumbs, and now you're crying, oh, woe is me. No one's there for me. But who have you been there for?
A part of that problem is a lot of us, and I'm saying us because I was a product of, urban living as well. In the city, you don't expect to live past a certain age. So you don't plan for retirement because I'm not gonna be around for fucking retirement. What are you talking about? But when you get to a certain level of adulthood, these are things that you have to seek out knowledge about. I did it because, of course, I never thought that I would, make it to 42.
True.
I thought my D date was 35. So planning past that was oblivious to me. I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking, okay, let me just get through. Let me not have babies at 14. Let me not have babies at 19. Let me make sure I get out here and, make something of myself and make sure I'm not holding, not relying on living with a grandmother because it definitely wasn't a mom. And getting past those types of milestones because of what you just spoke of, 70s, 80s, 90s, where things started to change and younger people started having babies younger. So my goals weren't, let me make sure that I learn about retirement. Let me make sure that I get out here and find a lucrative, career so that I can save money and live the lap of luxury. No, my thought process was literally, mom got pregnant at 14. Got to keep my legs closed till then. Mom got pregnant a second time, had me at 19. Got to keep my legs closed till then. All right, I've made it past those milestones. What next?
So you're articulating that your focus was going past generational curses.
Exactly.
And that is true. A lot of people, they focus on their curses, that their quote unquote family curses, and not the priority of yo, I can, if I invest my money, and what I mean by invest is like open CDs. You say, let's say you are living in an apartment, right? And, or matter of fact, not even an apartment. Let's say you have a car and then you paid off your car. Then what you do is, when are you going to pay yourself? Why are you not putting that money that you was paying your car with and paying yourself with that money? You still making a payment. Nobody paid themselves. All they want to do is spend money. All they want to do is flex and act like they have something instead of actually compromising the fun times, the quote unquote fun times, to actually have something. It's more simpler to say, the goal is for me to go up to a guy and say, hey, I used to be like you. I used to be with this woman, that woman, the third, doing this and operating out of my trauma, and then say, yo, that ain't the way to go. And I tell younger men this because this is me holding other fellas accountable. I used to be there. And guess what? I didn't start growing up until I reached 30, 31. And it took me 5 years after that to completely change, because you always want to sink back into your past trauma because it's the normal, or it's what you used to. And you think that way rocks with you. I used to be very toxic. I used to be that guy that you do something to me, I'm going to do it right back. I'm going to be your karma. Then I realized, I was like, dude, why am I like this? I'm not benefiting myself. Yeah, I got back at this person now. What? By degrading myself? That's crazy. You cheated on me, so I want to cheat on you. Like, dude, your integrity is everything. And once you start understanding your true value of self, you'll control who you be around. You'll control with people affecting your peace. You'll control you affecting your own peace and your behavior, because accountability starts with yourself.
Absolutely.
And once you are accountable for yourself and the way you move, you're accountable for everybody you hold around you. And what I'm saying is, if you sitting up there and you see somebody that you call your friend or your family or whoever, and these people sit over here and they do something crazy, I would sit up there and articulate, hey, I don't do that. Like, I don't like that around me. If this is what you want to do, I'm going to pivot. I'm not here to control you. I'm not here to tell you anything. I'm just here to tell you, yo, I don't rock with that. You cheating on your wife, or you lying to anybody. You get what I'm saying? Like, you sitting over there, if you're not being a straight up person and being transparent within yourself, and you choose to want to live a lie, guess what? If I'm accepting that lie of yours, I'm accepting.
You're saying that it's good. You're saying okay. It's fine. Everything's good.
Right. And that's not cool. If you sitting over there, I don't like people lying to me. When I know that you lying to me, I won't call you out on it. If I gotta call you out on it twice, that means I shouldn't be communicating with you. That means I shouldn't have you around me, because guess what? You are going to affect my children. You're going to affect my wife. You're going to affect my friends. So I just cut the cancer off, and I choose to show people how to love me, how to deal with me, because that within my consistent action, what I'm choosing to deal with. I respect other people. I demand respect. I demand you to respect other people. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not just about me, it's about everyone. Because what you do, what I learned in my marriage was, if it's so true that how people treat other people, eventually they'll treat you that way. And while you think that, no, it's never going to come back to me, it is. And when it hits you, you already seen the signs. They showed you everything that they was doing to everybody else. It's just your time now. You put up with it, you accept it. Now you got to accept it for yourself. You get what I mean? You got to make sure that everybody is respectful in your life. And how you do that is by respecting yourself. And it starts with you. You're a beacon.
Full circle moment. You made a point about holding folks accountable. And I want to point out that we were discussing how, a lot of folks didn't plan past what they didn't know. Mm-hmm. And a part of holding people accountable is telling them or showing them a better way, mm-hmm. exposing them to something new, right? New way of thinking, new way of living, new way of planning, saving, all of the above. by holding them accountable. This is what your reality is today. It doesn't have to be your reality tomorrow, because with these resources and this new way of thinking, living, being, you can change who you are in the future.
True.
So, real quick, I just want to point out the other day we were out date night, and I want to applaud you, commend you. I watched you hold a gentleman. Stop it. You were doing that too, but you were holding a young man accountable. He approached us and said, "Oh, I would like to be just like you. What do I need to do to be just like you?" And you said, "You don't need to be just like me. You just need to know what it is that you want for your future." And you sat and talked with this gentleman, and you told him how he could achieve what it is that he would like, whatever that may look like. And you gave him resources within a 15-20 minute conversation.
It probably
and it wasn't. It was a good 15 minutes. You know, I'm impatient. But I just want to say that in that moment, that was
about the security guard?
Yes.
I was trying to figure out who was
yes, the security guard.
Oh, okay.
That was a real life, live in action moment of you holding your brethren accountable. Not only holding him accountable, but giving him a vision of a new way, a better way, a different way. And it resonated to him. And I could see that it was impactful for him. So in doing small acts like that in our day-to-day, where we see people, whether it be people that we know or a random person while we're out, and about, just reaching out and sharing your words of wisdom, your experiences, having a conversation, giving a lending ear, smiling, doing what common decent folks should be out here doing every day. That in itself is holding ourselves and our brethren and sistren accountable. Full circle moment. That's
full
all.
circle moment.
Full circle moment.
So you mean to tell me that I can't go to the strip club with my rent money to enjoy my weekend? It's a high boy.
No. That 50, 30, 20 is real. You got to be out here paying them bills first, then pay yourself second.
No.
And then go out there to the titty bar.
I be looking at these guys out here, and I be like, yo, I want to be just like them. You know what they call it, a hobosexual? I mean, I got good dick, so I can go with someone and say it's a trade. I could be a comfort companion. You give me a place to live, and I give you good dick.
I hope there's more coming with the good dick.
Nah, that's all.
Ain't no good head. Ain't no good massage. Nope. You don't cook. You don't clean. Nothing.
Hold up. And then after 90 days, I can stop everything.
Nah, you 90-day provisionary period. It don't go both ways. You get a job, that 90 days ain't you giving them 90 days. It's them giving you 90 days. And if you ain't doing all your
only but so much. Only work
it don't work on me at all. I said I need the rest of the list to be accompanied with cooking, cleaning, massages. I'm gonna need my